okay, these notes are solving equations with variables on both sides. So it's going to be similar to the previous two topics. We're still solving the equation for the given variable. But now we have variables showing on the left side and the right side of the equal sign. Okay, it's just going to add in an additional step or two, but the same process is going to be there as before. Okay, now a couple important notes. You want to gather all of the variables onto one side of the equation. Okay, so either the left side of the equal sign or on the right side of the equal sign. And then the constants, which is your numbers, need to then be on the opposite side. Okay, so that's your goal, is to gather all the variables on one side and all of the constants on the other. Now, a note, many people like the variable to end up on the left side of the equal sign. Okay, but that does not have to be the case for every problem. Okay, sometimes it's going to be easier to move that variable to the right side of the equation instead. You simply need to choose your preference. Okay, if you are going to make it move to the left side every time, that's fine, but you don't have to. Sometimes it will be easier for you if you just move it to the right-hand side instead. Okay, so let's look at an example. We have 24 minus 3m equals 5m. Okay, so you can see that I have on my left side, I have a constant, which is 24. I have a negative 3m as well. Then on my right side, all I have is a positive 5m. Okay. So in this case, my best choice is to move this 3m to the other side of the equal sign because I want to get it away from this constant. Okay. So I'm going to move it to the right-hand side. Now, it was a negative 3m. You were subtracting 3m originally. So in order to move it, I have to add 3m because I want these to cancel. Okay, so a negative 3m plus 3m will give me a 0. That's what I want to happen there. So when I add it to the other side, I end up with an 8m because I can combine like terms just like we've done before. 5m plus 3m is 8m. And then I can carry down my 24 because those 3m's canceled. Okay, do not lose the equal sign. If you need to, circle that equal sign from the very beginning so you don't lose it. Okay, so now I have 24 equals 8m. I have one final step here, and again, my final goal is to get m by itself. I want to isolate that variable. So I'm going to have to divide both sides by 8 here in order to solve. So that gives me 3 equals m, or you can reverse it and say that m equals 3. Okay, now you should do a check with every single one of these. It doesn't always have to be handwritten. You can check it in your calculator at this point, but you should be checking each one of them. So if you look at the check, 24 minus 3m, but instead of m, I'm replacing it with my answer, which was 3, equals 5m, which is going to be 5 times 3. Again, we're wrapping these numbers that we're plugging in parentheses. Okay? You need to make sure that you're doing that so that it shows that these values are being multiplied together. So I have 24 minus 9 equals 15, which is true. 24 minus 9 is 15, so this answer checks out. Okay, 2 more examples. So we have 7 minus 8x equals 4x minus 17. Okay. Now you have 4 options here for how you want to start this problem. You need to choose one and stick with it. So your choice might be different than mine, and that's okay. It also might be different than someone sitting next to you, and again, that's okay. You have to choose what's going to work best for you. So for me, I'm going to deal with the variables first, and I'm choosing to move this 8x to the other side. Now the reason that I'm choosing that is because right now this is a negative 8x. If I move it, it's going to become positive, and I know that ahead of time. So if you want to deal with positive values, then move the 8x. Okay? Your other options, you could subtract the 4x to the left-hand side and put all of your variables on the left. You could add 17 to the left-hand side first, or you could subtract 7 first to the right-hand side. Again, this is up to you. We are choosing option number 1 of adding 8x. So when I add 8x to both sides, again, that's going to cancel out the 8x's on the left-hand side, which is what I wanted to happen. I wanted my left-hand side to just be constants. So I carry down my 7. Equals gets carried down as well. Don't lose that. And then 4x plus 8x is a 12x. And then I carry down my negative 17. Now I have to choose what step is going to come next. Since I chose to put all of my variables on the right-hand side, I then need to make sure that all of my constants end up on the left-hand side. So since this was a minus 17, in order for that to cancel, I'm going to have to add 17 to the other side. 7 plus 17 gives me 24, equals gets carried down, and you bring down your 12x. Now we have one final step in solving for x. Again, this was 12 times x originally, so in order to get rid of that and for it to cancel, I'm going to have to divide by 12. 24 divided by 12 is 2. And then 12 divided by 12 is 1, so that cancels out. You end up with x equals 2. Now again, you should be checking every one of these answers, and you can use your calculator. You do not have to show the work for every check. So you would simply plug it back in and check to see that you get a true statement. Next example, 20 plus c equals 4c minus 7. Okay, so again, you need to decide what option is going to work best for you. You have 4. You could subtract the c. You could subtract the 4c. You could add this 7 to the other side, or you could subtract this 20 to the other side. Okay, we are going to choose to use option number 2 for these notes. So option number 2 is I'm going to start by subtracting this initial 4c from my right side to my left side. So I'm moving all of my variables to the left-hand side of my equation. So when I subtract that 4c, my 20 gets carried down. 1c minus 4c is a negative 3c. Be careful with your signs here. My 4c's canceled. That's what I wanted to happen. And then negative 7 gets carried down as well. Do not lose that sign in front of that 7. Okay, the sign in front of a number has to stay with it. Now from here, my next step, since I chose to move my variables to the left, I now need to move my constants to the right. So that means I'm going to have to move this 20. It was a positive 20 initially, so I'm going to subtract 20 in order to get rid of it. When I subtract that to the other side, I bring down my negative 3c. Equals gets dropped down, and then negative 7 minus 20 is a negative 27. Final step now, you have to still solve for c, so you want to divide both sides by this negative 3. Negative 27 divided by negative 3 is a positive 9, so your final answer should be that c equals 9. All right, 2 more. So 9 minus 3k equals 17 minus 2k. Again, you need to choose your option. We didn't list them all here, but you still have 4 options available. You need to choose what works best for you. So we chose to move all of our variables to the left-hand side. That meant moving this negative 2k, so I was going to have to add 2k to both sides. Okay, make sure that you're lining them up with the like terms on that side as well, so that you're combining them with the right piece. The 9 gets dropped down. Negative 3k plus 2k is a negative k, equals negative 17 gets dropped down as well. Now, since I chose to put all of my variables on the left, I now need to move any constants to the right-hand side. That means that this positive 9 that was here originally needs to get subtracted to the other side. So I now carry down my negative k, equals 17 minus 9 is 8. One final step, this is really a negative 1k, and we've seen this before. I need to solve for just k by itself, so I'm going to have to divide both sides here by the negative 1. That gives me k equals negative 8. All right, next example, 19 minus 13p equals a negative 17p minus 5. So you are first going to add this 17 to the other side. Drop down your 19, this becomes a positive 4p equals, and then I drop down my negative 5. From here, I'm going to move all my constants then to the right-hand side. So that means I need to subtract that 19 that was there originally. I subtract that from the other side as well. Carry down the 4p equals negative 24 now. One final step, you need to divide both sides by 4. So negative 24 divided by 4 is a negative 6. So our final answer is that p equals negative 6. Now the next 2 examples are slightly different to start out, and that's because you have parentheses involved. Okay? So I have a whole number being multiplied into these parentheses, so my first step has to be to distribute. So my 5x minus 2 on my left side just gets carried down. I distribute that 2 in. So 2 times 3x becomes 6x. 2 times negative 4 is a negative 8. Now this is exactly the same as the previous problems. Now you can start moving things around. So I'm going to choose to move my variables this time to the right-hand side. So I'm going to subtract this 5x on both sides. Carry down the negative 2 equals 6x minus 5x is a positive 1x, or just x, and then the negative 8 gets carried down. From there, you need to add 8 to both sides. So negative 2 plus 8 is 6, and then you carry down your x, and the 8's cancel out. So then your final answer is that x equals 6. Okay, same thing on the next example. You have parentheses, so you need to distribute this 5 first. 5 times a is 5a. 5 times negative 3 is a negative 15. Equals 3 minus 4a just gets carried down from the initial problem. Okay, now I'm right back to what we're used to. I need to make sure that all of my variables are on the same side and my constants are on the other. So in this case, I'm choosing to move this negative 4a to my left-hand side, which means I need to be adding it. So I add 4a to both sides. 5a plus 4a is a 9a. Drop down the minus 15 and drop down the 3. Those 4a's canceled. Now you have 2 more steps. This is just back to your 2-step equation. So we're going to add 15 to the other side. That's going to give me 9a equals 18. And then one final step is to divide both sides by 9, so you end up with a equals 2. Okay? Again, check your answers. Plug them back in and make sure that you get a true statement that whatever you end up with on the left side is actually equal to what you end up with on the right side. Okay? Use your calculator for it, or you can show on the work. Either is fine. Okay, a few more. So 9x minus 5 equals 1/4 times 16x plus 60. Right? So because this fraction, and you have to kind of think ahead and realize if this fraction is going to work out nicely or not. 1/4 times 16 and 60 will work out nicely. So go ahead and distribute that through first. 1/4 times 16 is 4x. 1/4 times 60 is 15. Use your calculator. Make sure that you're wrapping this 1/4 in parentheses when you type it in. So it'll be parenthesis 1 divided by 4, close the parenthesis, then times 16. Okay. Now we're back to the same as before. Okay, I'm going to start by adding 5 to the other side, which is going to give me 9x equals 4x plus 20. And then I'm going to move my variables to the left, so I'm going to subtract 4x, which is going to give me 5x equals 20. Divide both sides by 5, your final answer is x equals 4. Same thing here. 2/3 times 6 is 4y. 2/3 times 15 is 10. Use your calculator. The work for both of those calculations is off to the side if you want to see them. Multiplying fractions is simple. You multiply straight across and then reduce. Okay, carry down your 8y minus 6. Now I'm going to subtract my 8y to the left-hand side so that all my variables are on the left. It gives me negative 4y plus 10 equals negative 6. I now need to move my constants to the right, so I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. That's going to give me negative 4y equals negative 16. One final step, divide both sides by a negative 4. So negative 16 divided by a negative 4 is a positive 4. Be very careful with your signs. Okay. All right, we've got 4 more examples, and I'm going to have to put those onto a separate video. So this is going to be part 1, and then the last 4 examples will be on part 2 of the video, which will be listed in the Google Classroom as well.